Well, the White Oak Chronicles continue. Welcome back to the mill. My name's Bill. This is Powered Solutions Forestry, and we are cutting white oak 6x6 beams for a very special timber frame up in New Hampshire. These people have been working on this for 7 years. They cut all their own lumber out of Norwood, and they did all their own joinery, the whole 9 yards. And now they need some white oak posts for their deck, 8 feet long, 6x6, and they can't find any in New Hampshire. So a friend of mine who went up and helped raise the frame contacted me and said, can you cut these people some white oak 6x6s? So that's what we are working on. And in typical Bill fashion, everything's tight. So I already cut one, sitting over here. Now I asked my friend, can they have any wane on them? He said no. And he said they don't, I don't even think they can have sapwood on them. Well, this one has a teensy little bit of wane. That wane wouldn't matter because it's past 8 feet. And it's also got a teensy little bit of sapwood on it. So I don't even know if this white oak timber that would be fine for me is going to be good for them. Because if it were me, I would just make it 5.5 by 5.5 to just post for a deck and call it a day. But I don't know what they're thinking. So my plan is they need 4 of them. I'm going to send them 5. We have up on the mill right now and I thought it was a 10 by 10, but it's an 8 by 8 white oak beam that I've had sitting around for some time. And this has been sitting around drying for some time. And it does have a little bit of metal in it. I think that's the reason I stopped cutting this one was because of metal. It's got a little piece of metal in it right there. We're going to take that out. But what my goal is, if you see it's got this weird spot right here, I want to cut down past that. I'm going to flip it over a few times and trim it down to a 6x6. And hopefully we'll have 2 of them out of the way, and then we can go to cutting what I have left for white oak logs because I don't have a ton. I thought I had a ton, and I don't. You can see on this side here too, I don't know if you can see it or not, but on this side here, there is some little bit of funky stuff going on. So we're going to want to trim this down. We're going to want to sneak up on it, I guess is what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an inch off the top. We are going to flip it over. We'll take an inch off the other side. We'll take a look at it. We'll probably take an inch off. We're going to take it wherever we need to take it to get it to a 6x6. At some point, I'm going to have to pull that piece of metal out. I was going to trim it and then cut that end off. But to be honest with you, this end is better than that. And there's a little chunk out on the bottom. So I don't want to cut it back. So when we do this face, we will pull that metal out and do it that way. So right now, I'm going to take the top down to 7 inches. It's going to get rid of a little bit of that funky stuff. And we'll go from there. We'll get it into the best 6x6 that we can and hope that this order is just not going to be completely prohibitive, that they want these perfect, immaculate timbers for rough sawn. So I think I might cheat up a hair. I'm going to go to 7 1/4. This Celica band is still cutting absolutely incredible. At this point, I'm lost for words on how good it is. We're going to scrape this off all faces every time. We're going to want to get it into a clean square before we deal with anything like this weird section in the middle here. It's nothing that's going to cause a structural problem. It's And I think we can get rid of it, but we just have to do it the right way. So let's go ahead and flip this thing over 180 degrees. Beautiful ray fleck in this thing. So I want to take this cut. There's metal on this side too. And there's a big rot spot in the end. I did not see that. I wish I had not touched the other side now. We're going to have to see if we can deal with that. And let's see what we got for metal here. This one's already pulled out. This one looks, I can't tell, might be gone. Let's just try to cut it. We're going to try to come down a 1/2 inch. We're going to see what that looks like on the end there. That's one reason why I did not want to come all the way down on that first cut, just in case of something like that. Now, a lot of this is going to be gone. So it's 8 feet right here. This is just a little fissure. It's not really that bad. So we should be at 7 1/4. I'm going to come to 6 3/4 and skim the top off it. Leave myself a 1/2 inch. I don't understand. I really do not understand how I am not getting this up against my stops every single time. Okay, let's continue with that. So one good thing there was we did not hit any metal. That was good. Looks like I had pulled it out. You don't even see anything. There was some black staining on it. I do believe this side needs to come down more. I'm going to want to skim cut this side right now. I don't want to take the rest of the thickness off this side yet. Kind of want to sneak up on my dimension so I don't screw myself and say, oh, I wish I had taken that off the other side. So I'm going to take this side down to something like 7 1/4 again. My stops are getting really beat up on this mill. They're going to have to be repaired. Come on. I'm almost out of water. So we'll start at 7 1/4, leave ourselves a little bit of finagle room. Hey, that's pretty thick. Looks like I can come up to 7 1/2 on this. These Selica fans are just cutting absolutely flawlessly. Just awesome. So let's see what this face looks like. It's okay. Still got this little bit of a funky spot here in the middle. And it's not soft or anything, but it's definitely funky. think I'm just going to have to shave my way into the whole thing. Let's see if I can take any off the sides right now. So this side's worse. This side kind of looks okay. I think I will flip it back and take it to 6 on this face. I think I'll just cut this face to 6. Man, that's a tough call. I get that big fissure in the end. I have to. Something on everything. All right, let's just take this one to 6. Make sure our mill's cutting right. Make sure that's 6 inches. Yep, perfect. Just take it off. Now we're going to have to deal with the sideways. So we're 6 inches in one dimension. That looks like it cleaned up pretty nice. Does have a little bit of metal staining in it. That fissure is pretty much gone past 8 feet. Still have this weird knot cluster in the center of this thing. And we are going to have to make a determination. I would rather take it off this side if I could. I got to pull that metal out. The only reason that I say that is that there's this weird raggy spot in the middle of this log. So, oh, that metal's gone. We took the metal out. That's good. I'm going to skim cut this top because the top is really solid. And then flip it over and cut it to 6. Just going to skim off the gray color on the top. Looks like when I took that last cut, I cut out that, whatever that piece of metal was there, came flinging out. Didn't even hear it. So let's take, so I'm at like 7.5 now. I'm just going to skim this to 7.25. We'll flip it over and take it to 6. Take as much off the other side as we can. This is a beautiful beam, beautiful piece of wood. Nice. All right, flip it all the way over and let's cut it to 6. It should already be 6 in this dimension. Yep, perfect. So there'll be a little bit of black staining on it, but it's an outside deck post, so that'll get rid of some of this punky stuff up here or whatever it is. All right, let's cut it to 6. Cool. I will show you this beam. It's really a pretty beam. If I had some water to go on, it'd be awesome, but it's really a pretty white oak beam. And they'll be able to take a little bit off the end down here. Huh. A little weird spot there. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Why can't I just get a clean piece, log big enough to do everything, clean piece. This log is ridiculously heavy. I couldn't even pick it up on the end. I had to stick my picaroon in it, pick it up one end at a time, slide it over. It's a pretty piece. Look at this here. Almost wish I didn't come down on this side. Some little weird wormhole thing there. No idea. It's got great ray fleck on it all the way around. Really, the only imperfection in it is that little split right there, which most of that's coming off when they get it to 8 feet, and then there's some black staining on it right there and there. And then you've got this weird section in the middle, and just to let you know, this is not rotten, it's not punky, it's just a weird grain structure. So hopefully these people aren't going to be crazy and say that they don't want it. I'm going to get that one over there with its twin, and I am just about out of fuel on everything. So I need to run to the store, pick up fuel for the Bobcat. I don't even want to run it right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put everything away with all the sadness of the day. If you didn't watch my previous video, watch it. I'm not going to keep going over it in every video, but I have a friend dying today, and I'm kind of over it at this point. I'm just between cleanup and setting up and people showing up and all the stuff I've delivered today and everything else. I'm just kind of over it. So let me get this white oak beam set aside. This Stella Cup band is just cutting great. And it's just awesome. It's awesome at 7 degrees. I wouldn't run them at 10, to be honest with you. I wouldn't run them at 10. I'd run them at 7. Having run them, in hardwood and softwood now, I wouldn't run them at 10. They cut beautiful at 7. Beautiful. And I got to do some repairs to this mill. I got to get all the junk out from under the mill. I have to clean out this whole trough. Now, if I had a gas blower, I could blow it out, because a gas blower will blow it out to nothing. But I don't. I'm using my electric blower, which means I got to come in here and shovel a bunch of this shit out. So I got to clean off the mill, then just kind of push it out one side and then push it all the way with the machine. Now I'm starting to get a whole bunch of little 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch oak veneer here. And, so there's something going on with my camera. It might blank out at any minute. Don't know why. But I'm going to get cleaned up and get the mill put away, get a cover on it, and call it a day. I'm just done with it today. So we'll kick it off again tomorrow. And hug your loved ones, guys. Really, no matter what the age, hug your loved ones. Inspired Solutions out.